back to Hermitcraft. All right. Well, last episode, I learned something in the comments. You see, there's a feature of this 1.13 or 1.13.1 whatever update that I was not aware of. Apparently, when the experience you get for smelting, in the event now that things are being pulled automatically out of the furnace, such as in this setup here, the XP is not lost. Evidently, it is stored in the furnace, and you get it the next time you manually remove something from it. So I think what I'm going to do, put a block there, and let me get a lever. Oh, come on. Yeah, all right, here they are. And I'm going to throw a lever on this. I'm not going to turn it on just yet. But what I'm going to do is the ores that I had been holding back for the purpose of manually smelting for the XP out of them, I'm going to go ahead and throw them in here and let them go ahead and auto smelt. So that'll be that. Plus, since this thing was set up, I don't believe I've taken any smelted materials out of there. And so, theoretically, there should be a considerable amount of XP piled up in that furnace. I'm going to let it go ahead and process that, 2.5 stacks of iron, 2 3/4, and a good bunch of gold and whatnot. And while that's working, I'm going to work the branch mine. This is, I want to do a big push on the branch mine. And by the way, there was some good suggestions about this whole decor thing. Like, for example, putting the end rods horizontally, or perhaps horizontally in the ceiling. There is also the possibility of raising the ceiling by 1 block, just to, I don't know, alleviate claustrophobicness or whatever. That's a possibility. I'm going to give it some serious thought. And let's see, just for giggles here, I am going to take this diamond supply and put it over here so that this chest doesn't have any in there at the moment. And the gold doesn't count. That's just what I had from before I switched over to the other way of doing things. Another person asked about how long is the branch mine. Well, from where I'm standing, it goes that way about 400 blocks to the other end of the track. And yeah, it gets longer all the time. And since that come up, I'll go ahead and talk briefly about the structure that I have for the mine. These days, I'm doing the branch mining entirely on Y10 because of a video I saw that showed how, quite literally, you get more diamonds on level 10 than just about anywhere else. And so the main central corridor here, 3 blocks wide, 2 high, goes the entire length of the mine, and 2 blocks space between each branch on both sides. Each branch is 160 blocks long, and I arrive at that number by 32 torches per branch. So 32 torches that way, 32 torches that way, and the torches are every 5th block. And so 32 times 5 is 160. So that's 320 plus the 3 blocks, so 323 blocks wide by currently 400 blocks long. And it's going to get a lot longer. In the meanwhile, I'm not going to be so crazy as to show all of the mining that I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to do it, cut the mining part out with occasional check-ins. And yeah, in the meanwhile, I am going to get busy here because there's a lot of XP that I need, and I'm going to be mining for a lot of it. Yes, I know there are XP farms, but getting the XP from the mine also gets me a lot of resources and such too. And it gets me progress on furthering the mine dig itself. In any event, I'm getting busy, so it's time to cut out and mine. Oh look, diamond. Oh look, lava. Okay. Back at it. Alright, well, between breaks and sleeping and so on and so forth, this is about 12 hours after that last clip. And the branch mine tunnel, I measured that, by the way, from here, right in front of the ladder. It now goes 450 blocks that way. That's an increase of 50. And yeah, I've been playing with the ceiling. I think I'm probably going to go with what I've got here with the diorite and the end rods horizontal with a block between them, and then two, and then a block, and so on. And I've been giving a lot of thought to the walls, and where's the rest of those stairs? Ah, here we are. So just work on it right over here, I think. And if I have the inverted stairs up there, and then upright stairs down here, and then I'm also thinking on either side of the track, slabs. Something like that. And then in here, go with the polished diorite. I think that's going to be reasonable. Yeah, it'll make the mine's resulting look be somewhat wider, as well as being taller. And I think it's going to end up looking reasonable. If I just do this, and, you know, just carry it all the way over and work it all the way down the mine. A little bit touchy getting it put in place down here, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Yeah, I think this is going to look reasonable. And with the end rods up here on the ceiling, I can take the torches out of the central corridor and still have plenty of light, and so on. Arrange for the entire length of the track to be laid on stone, which is going to mean tearing up little bits here and there, but that's not a big issue, I don't think. And I think this is going to end up looking pretty reasonable. And so I'm going to take a moment here and do another good long length of this and see how it looks. All right. Here's a good long section done, and I'm thinking this works. I'm thinking this looks pretty good. All I need to do is to just expand it down that way, and yeah, I think that's going to work. Now, this station area down here, while I may move some things around, move some chests and whatnot, there's nothing for it. It's going to be cluttered. There's just no change in that. There will be clutter down here because this is where everything happens. Yeah, but I think overall things are looking pretty good down here. Probably the best looking branch mine corridor I have ever had. And I don't doubt that a bit, because I've never in the past cared one little bit what they look like. Now, one more thing to do, and that is I want to get the XP out of that thing. So flip the lever, powers the hopper, locking it, throw some stone in there, let something smelt, any one thing smelt, pull it out, and I should get a bunch of XP. Currently have 26 levels worth. Let's see what I get. Yo, up to 36. Not bad. So the whole furnaces preserving XP thing is definitely a thing. That's great. That is awesome, especially when I get the thing set up to where I'm smelting mountains of stone and whatnot, because I will be. Yeah. But any event, while I will admit that this is a shorter than usual video, I can also point out that a large part of the last 14 hours was spent creating it. So yeah, it doesn't seem like much, but I guarantee you I am whipped. So I am going to get out of here, get this video up, and probably sleep for 4 or 5 hours if I can, or a couple of 2-hour things. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.